Three, two, one.
How's it going, folks? I'm back. I'm still alive. I hope you've all had a good summer holidays. I have. I certainly have. I've spent a lot of it celebrating and still letting it sink in the situation at play as far as this team is concerned. But yeah, I'm back and ready to get straight back into it because football is making its return to tomorrow night, and the champions are kicking it off. Get on there, fucking get on there. I can't wait. I'm ecstatic. It's probably the most excited I've been for a season to kick off. Probably since after that first season for the title, funnily enough, once we beat Man City in the Community Shield, and then obviously we would ultimately finish second again. But that was probably the last time I felt this excitement getting into a season again. But yeah, I hope you have all been well. I hope all the Arsenal fans have had a good summer. I hope all the rival fans have had a good summer as well. I hope you have got your stick in and given us plenty of abuse after the Champions League final, after Gabriel dashed their hopes after that. But yeah, I'm back. 2 days ago, I uploaded the trophy parade vlog, which has been sitting for 2 months. I've just not edited it. I remember starting it when I got back, and then, as I say, just with this time of year, I was I was out drinking, I was out celebrating, I was out enjoying my summer. But I'm back. It's been uploaded. Um, but what I really neglected to say, and like in that vlog, I really need to make it clear, right? Just to give you a bit of background, bit of a catch up while we're here, you know. Um, so when Arsenal had won the league, the flights to London from Ireland, excuse the pun, just completely skyrocketed. Completely skyrocketed. You were talking £500 to fly straight to London, and it was never happening. But I remember as soon as we had won the league in that final, so went, I said to my dad, "We need to go over. We need to go over. It's been 22 years. We need to go over." And I said, "I'll take you. Let's go. Let's do it." So by hook or by crook, we found a way. It was actually Matt that suggested taking the ferry over. Now the ferry was to Liverpool, and that has to be taken out of Belfast, which is about an hour and a half to 2 hours from here in Derry. Now bear in mind the Champions League was the day before the um, the trophy parade itself as well. So what we ended up doing when you hear every form of public transport was covered. So my dad was working in Belfast on the Friday. So what I did, or the Friday, so he stayed there on the Friday. So on the Saturday, then I got up the bus to Belfast up to him. We watched the final. There was a lot of PSG tops in Belfast. It was really funny. A lot of Arsenal ones as well, really, but there were a lot of PSG tops. um, yeah, I so we watched the match in Belfast, and then obviously what happened. Well, like when we scored and went 1-0 up, the whole place went absolutely mental. It was insane. And yeah, when the full time whistle went, I had to just sit and take a moment to myself. My dad, we kind of sat in silence for 5 minutes, and we got another beer, whatever, and then we thought, right, we should probably go get this ferry. So we got a taxi to the ferry, and the shuttle bus that takes you on was waiting on us. Like they said, come on, you're gonna miss it. We had assumed we were on time, but it was all to do like check-in times and stuff. Apparently we weren't, so we got on there by the skin of our teeth. So then we got the ferry to Liverpool, um, and then an Uberman, I can't remember his name. I think it was Paul the Uberman, took us to the train station from there. Shout out to him, he was fucking very sound. Um, he was an Everton man as well. That not relevant, just thought I'd make it aware. And then we got the train from Liverpool to London. We had the trophy parade. It was excellent. It was brilliant. I didn't even drink that day. It was such a hot, warm day. Didn't even need in all the shuffling around. Many people. Maybe I just had waters the whole time. And I don't do well in like big crowds. I did feel a wee bit sick at a point. So yeah, we just had water. We had a brilliant day. We partied. There was, like the streets were fucking rammed. And then obviously trophy parade wraps up. We have to go home now. Like it was a whole 24-hour trip. We didn't book anywhere to stay due to like work and stuff like that that we couldn't get off. So yeah, we got the train then to Birmingham, and then we flew from Birmingham back back to Derry. Um, So yeah, you take into consider that we covered buses, we covered trains, we covered boats, we covered airplanes, all in this 24-hour time frame. It was absolutely nuts. But yeah, like the vlog would have covered a fair bit of that, but as I say, my phone dies at some point, so I didn't get to properly elaborate. By the time I got back, it was shattered. But yeah, we lost the Champions League final first and foremost. But yeah, you forgot about it the next day, celebrating the Premier League title and like really understanding what that meant. And due to that, I've got I'm feeling greedy. I've got a hunger for more, and I feel like the team does as well. I feel like the whole club is just all singing off the same hymn sheet now. Right, let's kick on. Um, so yeah, as I say, the Premier League returns tomorrow, but let's not forget the Community Shield there at the weekend. I know it's not like still pre-season or whatever. You could argue it's not a lot to base it on, but it's one of them things. If you win it, well, hey, you're picking up something. If you lose it, it doesn't matter. I feel like that's how it's looked at across the board for whatever reason. But either way, I feel like there's a lot of cause for concern from a Man City perspective, the way they played and the way they were kind of outplayed. There's no like 24 seconds, 1-0 down, and then they never really showed any sign of getting back in it. And I feel like there's a lot of encouragement from the way Arsenal played. Um, Again, set piece FC, not a single goal was scored from a corner, penalty, free kick, or any sort of set piece. Just gonna throw that out there. They played some really good football, and like, if you'd have rewind the clock about 5 years, you would have said the team in red was Man City, and the team in blue were Arsenal, just based on like the way they both were playing. So it was good to kind of put them in the sword, albeit a Community Shield. But I still think there's a lot of positives to take from it. The likes of Bruno Guimaraes, the likes of Solis, like solid fucking. I suppose you could call it competitive debut. I would still consider it a competitive debut for them. And that's another thing showing the ambition of this club. The signings, like how many times through the years we've signed like youngsters, whether that's teenagers or like early 20s, bringing in Bruno Guimaraes, and apparently Konza now at good ages, like the 28 kind of age range. Albeit I think Solis is a bit younger. Nobody had really heard of him until he came here, and then apparently he's a fucking baller. Um, oh, sorry, I thought my mic had turned off there. Ignore me. But yeah, it seems like they're ready now. Right, we've won. Maintain that. Don't be building for the future. All right, they're still making kind of like these wee signings and kind of like ins and outs. I'm assuming behind closed doors, but they're signing players for them now, which I really appreciate. But yeah, aside from that, as I say, like it's hard not to be excited as an Arsenal fan. It's hard not to have high expectations, I suppose. I've heard left, right, and centre us get called favourites now, which is really ironic. Like on the one breath, oh yeah, we were lucky to win the league last year. Oh yeah, the PGMOL title. Oh yeah, the set piece FC. Now all of a sudden we're standout favourites apparently. Now we have no God-given right to win anything. But I would say that we are favourites looking at the state of play with all the other clubs. Whether that's new managers, whether that's rebuilds, we do see we are undisputably the most stable side. But again, you never know. Like if you'd have sat here this time a year ago after the transfer window that Liverpool just had off the back of winning the league, you would have said no one's catching them, no one's coming close. And we all saw what happened there. So like, if we're not careful, we could get put in our place. But I feel like it's a completely different kettle of fish altogether. If you compare Slot's time at Liverpool to Arteta and something he's been building and kind of maintained that consistency throughout his time at the club. So I'm confident. But yeah, I still have this weird bit of fear and PTSD with newly promoted sides, which moves us on to Coventry tomorrow night. I don't know. I still get flashbacks of that Brentford match a fair few years back. Now, bear in mind, this is a completely different Arsenal side to then. Um, but yeah, again, newly promoted sides, you never know what you're going to get with that. But I do expect us to win somewhat comfortably. It's at the Emirates. Fucking Friday night kickoff. Let's curtain raiser for the league. Let's do it. Um, but again, I'm just really excited for it. Like it's that way. Like I'm confident. Like I'm not going to be like, oh, 2, 3, 4s. Neither am I going to be like, oh yeah, predicted tables that a lot of people on here like to do this time of year. I'm not going to be that guy. Like I wouldn't want to disrespect any club saying, oh yeah, you're going to get relegated or whatever. But yeah, I do expect Coventry to kind of show something about themselves. They're going to have something to prove. They're going to have a hunger. Um, and again, Frank Lampard, like what he's done with them has been excellent, and he has a bit of history with Arteta. You remember the first bit of silverware both managers were up for was the FA Cup, Arteta's first trophy. That was Lampard on the other dugout for Chelsea at the time. So he's going to want to get a wee bit of a result and try and kind of send a wee message there. But more than anything, like they're going to want to play for a bit of pride, and they're going to like just go out there and just fucking try and um, slay one of the big dogs, or at the moment the big dog, the champions. It still feels weird to say, but it's great. I'm loving it. But as I say, I would be very surprised if we don't walk away with the 3 points somewhat comfortably. I'm just being very hesitant in how I word it, and trying to show a bit of respect to Coventry as well. But yeah, when you're looking on the forefront, as I say, we are the best, I suppose, position to go on and retain this league, but it's something we've never done. So I'm not going to turn around and say that we're going to do it because we have no God-given right. I know there's a lot of Arsenal fans that are very entitled and would say otherwise, but we don't. We don't have any God-given right. But we have put ourselves in a very good position, is what I will say. And again, I'll always talk about who's our closest challenger is going to be. Still, even just saying that, our closest challengers. Man City, cause for concern based on the other day, but again, Community Shield, you don't know how they're going to rock up once the whistle goes for the actual Premier League kickoff. United, I have a sneaking suspicion that United could be a real dark horse this year. And then obviously the likes of Liverpool, you don't know what's going to happen with them on the real as well. Spurs will just disregard. That is one thing, despite the signings they're making. But yeah, I wouldn't bet against us winning the league somewhat comfortably. But like, listen, everybody's on 0 points, everybody's on 0 games, so no God-given right to win anything. Nobody has any advantage over the other. Let's just take it game by game. That's how we won it last year. That's how I intend and hope that we do it again. And let's hopefully try and mend the heartbreak on the Champions League final a few months back, and maybe like try and go a step further than that as well. So yeah, the season's about to kick off. I'm very excited. The summer season is bringing its curtains down, so I'm trying to be all poetic here and doing all this shit with my hands. But yeah, I'm back. Football is back, and all is right with the world, folks. Yeah, it's a pleasure to see you again. I've missed your wee beautiful faces. But yeah, you know the crack. I say I'm going to be on here a lot more regularly again now, so you know the deal. Or if you don't already, you're new here, like, subscribe, all that kind of carry on. Jesus, I've been really out of the swing with this. Like you can tell, I'm kind of like, but yeah, all that jazz. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow every day. But yeah, it's a good time to be an Arsenal fan, which was a very new thing in my lifetime anyway. So I'm just relishing it, folks. But it's a great day to be alive. Happy Thursday. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Take care. Love yous and bye.
Bye bye.